I hear it's going to be quite the party. But thank you so much for having me here tonight. This is a fabulous party as always. HSI's annual fundraiser. How much fun are we having? Let HSI know that this is another jam that they're having. It's called Jazz with Pizzazz, but this year they added a pop of blues. So we're at the Buddy Guys Blues Legend, and this is a great venue. The food is fantastic. Our general manager for WGN is here, and our news director. Thanks for coming. They love the food. They love the venue. I want to thank them for coming because there's a very special guest who will receive an award tonight. A good friend of mine, a very dear, dear friend, and a very dear, dear friend of HSI and a supporter, and one of Chicago's very own WGN, Gloria Brown. But we'll get to that later. Congratulations to Gloria ahead of time. As mentioned, I'm anchor of the WGN Evening News and the News at 9, and I'm honored to serve as your MC this evening at the House of Blues King Buddy Guys Legends. And let's one more time another hand for the new Black Renaissance Band, who you'll see later for the second set, which is going to be a lot of fun. We're so excited that you're here tonight because we know that you have several extracurricular options now that summer's finally here, thanks to Tom Skilling. Thank you very much, sir. It's arrived in Chicago. We're getting 80-degree temperatures, which we should have gotten back in June and July, but hey, let's make the most of it. August is going to be fabulous. It's going to be the summer of August. How about that? This is the 37th anniversary of Habilitative Systems Inc. It's one of Chicago's premier social service agencies. It's providing quality health and human services to thousands of Chicago's neediest citizens. We even feature them at on Chicago's very own WGN at 9, and Donald Dew, who is the CEO. We want to thank you so much for all the work that you do here at HSI. People with disabilities, seniors, at-risk children and youth, and adults with mental illness and or substance abuse problems continue to be served by over 100 competent staff in 15 locations throughout Chicago's metropolitan area. The state's budget crisis, we all hear about it every day, we report on it every day, and the challenging economic climate has further compounded the plight of those with the greatest need, and it is with sincere gratitude that we thank each of you today for coming, because your dollars are going to impact the lives to help continue HSI's vital services and vital programs. So a hand to all of you for coming tonight. We also have with us today some very special guests. We have some elected officials. We have some, Art Norman is here today with NBC News. Thank you, Art. Competition. It's a friendly competition, that's sure. We also have the Honorable Dorothy Brown, Cook County Clerk of the Circuit Court. Thank you for coming. We want to thank everyone who is here. If I missed you guys, I apologize, but we want to thank everybody who is here tonight, including Danny Davis, Congressman Danny Davis, just walked in, thank you so much. And Nikki Harvey, who's the office of Congressman Davis. So thank you so much for coming in, because this is very special for HSI that you're here tonight, because it shows that you are supporting such a wonderful organization at their annual fundraiser. We're here tonight not only to raise funds to benefit this agency, but to honor two outstanding individuals who have worked tirelessly on behalf of HSI. I mentioned the first one first. One person, WGN's very own, identified in the program to receive the Freeing the Human Spirit Award, well-deserving Gloria Brown, not Dorothy Brown. The Browns, I got confused. But as I said, she is a dear friend. And the other person has no knowledge that they're receiving an award tonight. So it could be any of you guys. You're going to win, this person's going to win the Unsung Hero Award. It could be you. It could be you. Or it could be you, so hold tight. You're going to find out in just a little bit who it is. But we've also added a little mystery to add some excitement to the evening, so don't leave, please, before the Unsung Hero Award is announced, because, like I said, it could be any one of you in the room tonight. I was also directed to let you know that we have a signature HSI Cosmo. I've seen a couple methods. Who's got a Cosmo? You've got one over there, yeah. Who else has a Cosmo? Two over here. Who else has a Cosmo? Oh, we got some more back there. Cosmos, Cosmos, raise your glass to HSI, those of you who have a Cosmo. Because $2 of each drink goes to the agency. So thank you very much for that. And for you Pabst Blue Ribbon beer lovers, $1 of your purchase goes to HSI. So who has a Pabst Blue Ribbon? Don't all jump at once. Okay. Well, if you get a Pabst Blue Ribbon, you'll be helped. Oh, there's one over here. Thank you. We've got two Pabst Blue Ribbon beers. Thank you very much. great raffle prizes that include a Clarence USA Beauty Basket, $350 value. Check this out, a one-night stay in a deluxe Lakeview room at the Drake Hotel, $400 value, and a Live to Win 45-minute lifestyle makeover consultation, and a 2-month membership to our favorite gym, Fitness Formula Club, FFC South Loop, $600 value, and individual tickets are $5 each or $20 for 5 tickets. Who's selling the raffle tickets?
Right here.
All right, who wants a raffle ticket? Okay, who wants a raffle ticket? Raise your hand, don't be shy. Like I said, they're only $5 each. $20 for 5. You can get any one of those fabulous prices, so please. They're great gifts for a great cause. But you have to present to receive your prize, which will be announced after the awards, so that means you have to stick around to get your prize. Right now, I'd like to bring to the stage, I mentioned him earlier, he is the president and CEO of HSI. He's a leader who perseveres in the face of adversity, a committed, dedicated, and compassionate leader. He has been with the agency for 31 years. Wow, that's right. And 25 of those years, he served as president. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mr. Donald Dew.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, let me ask the most important question. Was the food good? How about those greens in particular? No, my mother comes from New Orleans, Louisiana. I can really appreciate some good greens. I really can. So listen, thank you all so much for coming out tonight and supporting HSI. It's very interesting that we named our event this year the Blues, Jazz, Pizzazz Cafe, because we've really been catching the budgetary blues. Would you all agree? We have been waiting on our money from the state of Illinois, and everybody who has been providing the most essential services within the state is now in a position to have to wait on desperately needed funds to continue these essential services. This is very unfortunate, it's unfair, and without saying too much about that, we need this kind of support to send a message to our governor and elected officials that these programs need to continue to support the great work of HSI and the great people who are providing this work. Because we've got many of our staff in attendance this evening. Staff of HSI, would you all stand up and be recognized? Please stand up. We've got a lot of them volunteering here this evening. Dr. Dixon, Karen Dixon back there. She's been our Chief Operations Officer for 31 years as well. Richard Jackson, Vice President of External Relations, been with us over 20 years. We've got some really great committed staff. And I cannot say enough about our board of directors. You know, sometimes when the going gets tough, you know, folks exit very, very quickly. But let me just say to you that our board of directors has been committed constantly throughout this entire deal, and for years they've been here. I mean, we've had board members who've been here 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 plus years. We've had board members here committed to HSI. So let's give it up for our board of directors as well. So we're going to keep this program moving. I just want to do my thing, and where's Congressman Davis?
Right here.
Congressman, may I yield the rest of my time to you, sir? Please, sir, come on up. Because I'm going to tell you all something. Well, I think he can tell you better than me. Congressman Davis.
I'm still young enough.
Well, let me tell you, it's certainly good to see all of you. And when Donald was talking about having been with HSI for 31 years, I think I said to Dorothy, I didn't know he was that old. But he has been, and of course I go back with Donald when he was a graduate student at the University of Illinois, when he was working on his master's degree and doing his field placement with us over at the Miles Square Health Center. Of course, I knew his mother before then because she was one of the founders of Miles Square and one of the pioneers on the near west side of Chicago, trying to find solutions to some of the many problems and ills that still mess with our society. The only other thing I'll say is that I know the origin of HSI. It was founded by a guy who was a United Methodist preacher, Samuel Mason Carter, who stuttered when he talked. We called him tie-tongue. And those of us who knew him, Ernie Jenkins and myself and some of the rest of the folks who were around then, often would say we'd rather hear Reverend Carter give a benediction than somebody else give a whole sermon. But he founded something called the Wesley Workshop. And those of you who know Ernie or knew Ernie for a long time, Ernie and Gloria were two of the founders, because the way it got started, they were members of Chicago Temple United Methodist Church, and they got a little $500 grant to start a little program in the basement of Clare, and they started the Wesley Workshop, teaching retarded children to put cotton in pillows for United American Airlines. That was the origin, and eventually here come Donald and all of these other experts who have been consistent to stay at an agent 31 years, a social service agency, always wondering whether or not you're going to have the money that you need to operate, wondering whether or not you're going to be able to retain the top flight staff when you've got people like Dr. Dixon and you've got people like Mr. Jackson and other folks that you've managed to hold on for all of that time. It requires a tremendous amount of genius. So I'm glad to see that all of you here supporting HSI. I'm also glad to know that all of us understand the struggle that we are engaged in to try and make sure that people with disabilities, people who have been poverty-stricken, don't have all of the knowledge and information that they need to have to be able to successfully navigate the environment without some help. I take my hat off to all of you and say, Don, keep on. 31 years, you could do another 10. And then we'll say, you've done what you're supposed to do.
Call him the People's Congressman, Congressman Danny Davis. Thank you so much. That's one gentleman, a distinguished gentleman, who can not only walk the walk, but he sure know how to talk the talk. Very quickly, we also have to ask our clerk to come forward, Dorothy Brown. We call her our clerk because she, in her early days, was actually doing the auditing work for HSI. Clerk Dorothy Brown, come on up, please.
Good evening. Good evening. Bill, thank you. Good evening. That works better, thank you. I'm happy to be here with Habilitative Systems Inc. As Donald has indicated, I go a long way back with Habilitative Systems. Both Don and I believe, I can't remember her name, Karen. They were both there back in the early 80s when I was working with Odell Hickson Company, and we were auditing Habilitative Systems. I was the manager on the audit, and Larry Bird was the then executive director, and I was just so amazed at the kind of work that Habilitative System did on a day-to-day basis. Congressman, I remember those days when they were making the pillows, stuffing the pillows for the airlines, and just giving those individuals something constructive to do on a day-to-day basis. Habilitative Systems has really continued to do the great work. They absorbed a lot of entities that just could not make it over the years, but Habilitative Systems has always been there. They've always been that pillar of strength. I know because I was the auditor. I looked at the financial statements, so I know that they always did the things the right way. They established that foundation, and that's why they're still standing today, because of people like Donald Dew and Karen. And Karen, I must say that you look like you've gotten younger since then, so give us all your formula so that we can use it. But congratulations to you. You know, I've always been there for you. I will continue to be there for you. And God bless each of you. Thank you.
I just also wanted to quickly acknowledge that our Commissioner Robert Steele is in the house. Back there, Commissioner Robert Steele. Also one of my fraternity brothers. Speaking of fraternity brothers, we got a whole lot of Qs in the house. Qs represent. Sorry about that, Congressman. Sorry. Had to recognize my brothers. But once again, thank you all very much. We're going to bring back our mistress of ceremonies, Madam Chair. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Clerk Brown. And Donald, you have unwavering dedication for your clients, your staff, and your community, so thank you once again for 31 years of service with HSI. Now, you heard everybody say that the strength of a nonprofit board lies in its leadership, right? The role of the board chair requires someone who is tactical, diplomatic, persuasive, and a consensus builder. Well, traits very similar to those of an attorney, I'd say. And please welcome HSI Board Chair Melvin L. Brooks, Esquire, partner of James D. Montgomery and Associates, LTD. He's taking steps because he's got a bad knee. That's this story, and he's sticking to it.
Good evening. I want to take the opportunity to welcome everyone here tonight. And I really want to commend Don and the staff at HSI. Because what they do really is a thankless job. In this day and age when social service agencies have perished, HSI has still managed to shine. And that says a lot. And it really goes to that management team. And so I've had the pleasure of working with HSI since 2005. And for me, choosing an organization to be a part of was a difficult proposition because you want to be able to give that time that's needed, whether it's a financial commitment or a time commitment. You want to be able to do those things and you want to make the commitment that's necessary. And so I chose HSI after looking at a lot of organizations. And I chose HSI because I had an opportunity initially to meet with Don, obviously very impressed with him, very impressed with the staff, but I was even more so impressed with the board members at that time. At that time, the board president was Cynthia Washington, and she sort of recruited me to be a part of this organization. And I have to say it was a blessing to become a part of this organization. So I owe that to Cynthia Washington, and I'll never forget her for giving me the opportunity to be a part of such a great organization. And as I said, in terms of choosing an organization, I chose this organization because after meeting Don, I had an opportunity to go to the site where HSI is located. I had an opportunity to see individuals given opportunities, those with disabilities, I mean severely disabled. And I watched the programs, and during the course of watching the program, one young lady who was severely disabled, she looked at me, I looked at her, we smiled, and she had just achieved the task that she was assigned. That task was, they were assembling certain products, putting it together in a box. It seems simple to us, but for her it was an achievement. And when I saw that joy and accomplishment on her face, I knew at that moment, this is the organization I need to commit my time to, whether it's financial, whether it's just giving my time of the day finding time during the week to commit to an organization, I knew this was the organization. I knew this was the place I had to be. And so, again, I thank Cynthia so much, but I also have to thank Don for giving me the opportunity. And as I said, the staff is outstanding, but the board, the commitment by the board cannot be diminished. And so I want to acknowledge some of our board members who were here. I think it's so important that the board takes the time to come to these events, be a part of it, and show our support. Because one, it's our responsibility, but more importantly, we're taking a leadership role. And so I want to acknowledge the board members who were here, and if you could stand when I announce your name, I would appreciate it. Dr. Francis Carroll should be somewhere in the room. Dr. Carroll left? All right. Dr. John Morrison, if you could stand, Dr. Morrison. Ken Southworth. Tiffany White. And by the way, Tiffany is one of our newest members. She played a substantial role in the fundraising committee and organizing this event that we have tonight. So I definitely want to thank Tiffany. Michelle Williams. Michelle is also relatively new to our board, and it's great to have her as part of the team. And so again, I thank each and every one of you who are here. It's activities like this and support from individuals like yourselves that make it possible for agencies like HSI to continue, especially during these very difficult economic times. So your support means the world, not only to me, but to the client base that we serve. So thank you again.
Thank you, Mel. Hey, look, either way. Okay, go ahead. There's steps over there too. Be careful of the meniscus. You and Derek Rose. Okay. I'd like now to acknowledge someone who has already been acknowledged, but she deserves all the praise that she's about to give. She emailed me a while back and said, could you come and could you MC the event, the HSI fundraiser? I said, well, you know, I'm working that night, but we're going to be honoring someone who's very near and dear to your heart. Gloria Brown. I'm there, for sure. So I'm talking about former board chair Cynthia Washington. She is a director in the Member Relations Division of the American Hospital Association. She is a taskmaster, and she's getting a lot of cheers over here in this part of the room. She has been wonderful to me throughout this whole process of me getting here, and I really appreciate all the help that she has given me. So ladies and gentlemen, she has worked so hard to make this a memorable evening. So far, so good? Yes. All right, Cynthia Washington.
Oh my goodness, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. It has really been a great experience. You know, fundraising and organizing events can sometimes just kind of wear you out. That has not been the case here. The people at Buddy Guys has been wonderful. Randy made sure all of our needs were met. He even added extra cornbread to the menu. Thank you. He said it just made sense, and he did. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Donald. You know, this organization is dear to my heart. Lynn Norman is here, and that's what she would always say. You know, HSI is dear to my heart. Lynn Norman did our PR for this event. And so I'm feeling all of that. I am feeling all of that. I wanted to give another round of applause to this band, this new Renaissance band. So, you know, the front end was kind of mellow and everybody was able to eat and listen to it. Well, Donald said he wanted a party. So the second set is going to be a party. So get ready. There's some space out here. I don't know if the camera will be here then, but he said, no, that's fine. That's fine. Oh goodness, we really appreciate your support, and it couldn't happen without our sponsors, our beloved sponsors. And I want to take this time right now to acknowledge our gold sponsors. ABC Bank is a bank that we've been working with for several years, and particularly in light of what's going on with the state and slow monies, ABC Bank always kind of gives us a piece to manage until those revenues come in, so we're grateful for ABC Bank. The Atlas Settlement Group, that's a new sponsor. Our board chair, Mel Brooks, brought them in. That group provides settlement annuity plans for claimants and plaintiffs. So after they win a case and they get a big boatload of money, here's the company that helps them manage it and put it in annuities. Burn & Company is HSI's insurance brokers. We thank them for their support. The Caring Nurses Inc. is the home health services and is also an HSI vendor. We really appreciate our vendors supporting our events like we support them. Mass Mutual, Chris Gandy. Chris, please stand up. Please. Chris Gandy is with Mass Mutual. We're proud to have him. He was the first sponsor to come on board. He's a financial professional and is here to help us with our retirement services, estate planning, annuities, etc. I met Chris at a similar event as this, and he's interested in building Mass Mutual's brand in the African American market. So please, if you have any of those needs, see Chris and his team over here. Ralph G. Moore and Associates, 40 years of experience in the business of public policy, and he's an expert in minority and supply diversity. And he's helped develop a supply diversity strategies program. Ralph is a former board chair of HSI and has always supported our events. Rush University Medical Center, I saw their table over here. They partnered with HSI. HSI was contracted to do the cleanup, the post-construction cleanup on that new wing at Rush. So we appreciate you being here tonight. Then I'd like to acknowledge our $1,000 donors, our own board chair, Melvin Brooks, attorney. Thank you so much. And Dr. Yes, give him a hand. Our board member, Dr. Helen Gardner, couldn't be here. She's at the National Medical Association in Detroit, but she sends her money even though she can't be here. So we appreciate her $1,000 donation. We've got some individuals who donated $500 and more. Anthony Oliver, he's a great friend of Donald's and a longtime supporter of HSI. And my company, the American Hospital Association. Thanks to my HSI family for being out, coming out this evening and helping us. The following agencies contribute to provide dollars, and these are state and federal agencies: the Department of Human Services, the Division of Developmental Disabilities, the Division of Mental Health. These are all of the services and programs that we have. So our money comes to these organizations for the clients that we serve. The Division of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse, and the Office of Family Health and Prevention. The Illinois Department of Family and Children's Services, as well as the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Funding. Micah talked about our raffles, and I really want to take another opportunity to just acknowledge those companies. The Drake Hotel, Clarence. We had the people from Nordstrom's give us a beautiful beauty basket from Clarence. And guys, you may not want it, but I'm sure some special lady in your life would appreciate it. And then we have Live to Win, which is a 45-minute lifestyle makeover consultation. And it also includes a 2-month membership to our favorite gym, Fitness Formula Club in the South Loop. I think I see the owner of Live to Win right here. Would you please stand up for us? And this is the first time donation from her, so thank you for coming out. I recognize you from your website. I said, I need to go see who these people are, so thank you so much for coming out. And Nell talked about Tiffany, who's new and helped us on our fundraising committee, and I need to acknowledge the others on that committee, who include, of course, Donald and Mel and Ken Southward, board member, as well as Edie Burton. I don't think she's here. And then Erica Farrell. Where's Erica? She is the executive assistant to Donald too. She has been incredible keeping this team together. Thank you so much, Erica. Our former board member, I mentioned Lynn Norman, did our PR. She did a great job. We were featured in the electronic version of the Chicago Defender. Donald appeared on Daryl Denard's show on Sunday morning, and he also appeared with Cliff Kelly. So Lynn, thank you so much. And then we have Larry Whitman, our production assistant, former staff of HSI, but longtime friend and member. Notice that on those programs, that saxophone is purple and gold. That's crazy. So I'm going to move on to the next portion of our program, and that's the Unsung Hero Award. So an unsung hero is a person who does great deeds but receive little or no recognition for them. So I went to the board and I said, it's great that we're doing this Freedom of Human Spirit Award, but there's a lot of people who work behind the scenes on behalf of HSI. Wouldn't it be nice just to acknowledge them as well? And they all said, sure. So tonight we want to begin the tradition of recognizing a volunteer who works behind the scenes on behalf of our clients. A person who receives no financial benefit and probably wouldn't take it if it was offered. The recipient of this award is a nurturer by nature, someone who recognizes a need and organizes a team to get it done. For several years, this person has worked directly with the clients and staff of HSI. Several board members they had no idea of the work that this person did. For the last few years, the honoree, along with the support team, prepared home-cooked Thanksgiving meals for the men and women living in our residential housing facilities. The recipient secured a financial donation from their company's in-house volunteer group and organized fellow employees to contribute coats, gloves, hats, and scarves to distribute to HSI's clients. On one occasion, while this person was collecting toiletries for the women of Tabitha House, another employee overheard her talking and felt compelled to help. And then this person went out and purchased linens for all the beds in Tabitha House and had them shipped from Macy's directly to the facility. She's a graduate. I just gave it away, it's a woman. She's a graduate of Hyde Park High School, and she earned an undergraduate degree at IIT. Her gift comes naturally. She was a caretaker for both of her parents, and she has raised 3 solid Black men. In her family and book club, she is known as the cook extraordinaire. One person making a difference, touching lives, and spreading love. One home-cooked meal, one coat, one simple bottle of lotion given to someone in need, purely because they needed it. Please welcome HSI's first unsung hero, Miss Nancy Austin. Habilitative Systems Inc. 2015 Unsung Hero Award is proudly presented to Nancy Austin for her commitment, compassion, and dedicated service to HSI's clients. Your contributions are exemplary of our mission, core values, and vision of building healthy communities for underserved populations with disabilities. Donald Brooks, President, Mel Brooks, Board Chair, Cynthia Washington, Chair, Fundraising.
Anybody that knows me knows that I am never at a loss for words. I'm a talker by nature. I'm also a preacher, so that, you know, this is just unreal. This is what I do. I just feel like anytime you plant yourself, and the church has planted itself in the community, in fact, across the street from Habilitative Systems, and in fact, one of my pastors is here, and without their support, I would not be able to do the work that I do. But I want you to know it's an honor and a privilege to be able to serve the people in the community, and we love doing what we do. And every Thanksgiving that we bring dinners to the men's shelter and the women's shelter, we spend days in our own kitchens, because we want to show the love from our hearts. And I just really appreciate this. I have to tell you that this is the first time I've ever received an award for that kind of work. for the work that we should be doing, each one of us. So I thank God for the ability, I thank Him for the spirit that He's put within me, and I will continue to serve the community as long as I possibly can. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Nancy for doing simple things like providing clothes, toiletries, things that we all take for granted. Well deserved. Now I'm going to bring Donald back up because he will present our Freeing the Human Spirit Award. Donald?
There is one thing we want to do before we get to the Free Spirit Award. I'd like to read a letter of greetings from the mayor. The mayor was gracious enough to recognize our event tonight, and he has provided us with a letter of greetings. The letter reads as follows. Dear friends, as mayor and on behalf of the city of Chicago, I am pleased to extend warm greetings to all of those gathered for Habilitative Systems Inc. 2015 fundraiser Blues/Jazz with Pizzazz Cafe, and offer heartfelt congratulations to the Habilitative Systems on this, its 37th anniversary. Founded in 1978 by Larry T. Bird, the Habilitative Systems Inc. has sought to serve and empower some of our most determined residents. For 3 decades, the HSI has provided an array of involved services to thousands of seniors, at-risk children and youth, adults with mental illness, and people with disabilities. Habilitative System Inc. maintains a commitment to advocating for vulnerable and underrepresented residents so that persons who encounter economic, physical, psychological, or cultural barriers can benefit through a comprehensive, multi-tiered approach that engages prevention, intervention, treatment, research, and care management to build healthy communities. This special milestone provides an opportunity to commemorate HSI's enduring legacy and celebrate its ongoing work. Everyone involved with the habilitative system affects all Chicagoans as your inspired work changes lives and strengthens communities. I am proud of the distinguished service offered throughout Chicagoland and congratulate all of tonight's honorees for thoughtful community engagement and programming. I commend the Habilitative Systems for its dynamic advocacy that has undoubtedly bettered our city. I hope you have an enjoyable event and offer my very best wishes for much continued success. Signed, your mayor, Rahm Emanuel.
That's right.
We will be going to the city of Chicago to seek out additional funding. I'm just saying, one of our strategies is that we must reach out to every level of government. We don't want to discriminate. We're very dependent on state dollars right now. We all see what happens when you get too dependent on one source of funds. So we must reach out to our mayor. Say, Mayor, would you please? Mayor, can you please? Help a brother out. Help a sister out. Help out some cousins and grand folks. All them good folks on the west and south sides of Chicago. That's right. All right, let's stay. Lord Brown would always say to me, Donald, won't get up there preaching. Make the program short. So I know it's going a little longer, Gloria, than we normally plan. But this is your moment. and this is your time. And as we get ready to bestow this honor upon you, our dear lady, I'm going to ask one of my closest, actually two of my closest friends, to please join me on the stage, Ms. Lynn Norman and Mr. Art Norman. Please join me on the stage. Now, let me just say that as these people are coming up, Lynn Norman serves as chair of our fundraising committee for over 20 years. Making Jazz with Pizzazz our signature event, bringing every resource and networking capability she had to make sure that people knew about Habilitative Systems. And we appreciate this lady. Let's give it up to Lynn Norman, please. Let me also just say about my good friend, Art Norman. Not only is he a good frat brother, I'm just saying, but he served as our MC for any number of events, brought us on Channel 5, continued to lift us up. There was a time when Art came out and did a news story on HSI and talked about the fact that we could no longer get gifts from the Harlem Urban Park Shopping Center. Art did that story because we did not get enough toys to give to our children who were abused and neglected at Christmas. In one day's time, we did not have enough storage capacity for all the toys we had donated because of our normal. Power of the media. I'm just so happy that the National Association of Black Journalists, Channel 5, Channel 9, all of our media outlets have been so supportive of us for so many years. So I think it's time to run this special video of our honoree tonight to talk a little bit about her legacy and what she has done. But Art, I knew you were going to say a little something special about that video before we show.
I just want to let everybody, good evening everyone. I just want to let you know the wind beneath Donald's wings is Gloria Brown. When we found out at NBC that they didn't have enough toys for children, very young children who are fighting HIV, we said, let's do a story. I didn't make that decision. I got a telephone call from the news manager at WGN. Gloria Brown said, I want Channel 5 to do a story on HSI. And she said, where are you now? I said, I'm in the newsroom. She says, where's Warner Saunders? He's in the newsroom too. Well, put him on the phone. Now, why did we get... See, Gloria has paid her dues. She's a founding member of the National Association of Black Journalists. She's on the board of the Civil Circle, which is the National Television Academy. She's on the board of this wonderful organization. But when the chips are down, she says, Norman Saunders, I want you to do the story on Thursday, and Warner, you do a story on Friday. You got that? And so we said, she works at Channel 9. We did the story, and Warner said, well, Gloria, we're going to give you an on-air credit. She says, do not, I'll come over there and hurt you. It's for the kids. That's why I'm here today, because she's paid her dues. And I just want to acknowledge Lynn Norman, the longtime managing editor and the former president of the National Association of Black Journalists, Lynn Norman.
Thank you, Art. Thank you. No, Habilitative Systems Inc. is very close to my heart, and as mentioned, I was on the board for a long, long time and put together such fundraisers for Habilitative Systems Inc. and have a wonderful relationship with Donald and Will and Cynthia and many of the board members still. So HSI will always have a special place in my heart. And as will Gloria Brown. Gloria and I have been colleagues in the media for as long as I can remember, as long as I've been in Chicago. We're on the board together at National Association of Black Chicago chapter, National Association of Black Journalists, forgive me, Chicago chapter. We just had a very successful event on Friday night, and I saw Gloria there, and years ago, when I was on the board of Habilitative Systems Inc., you know, one of our missions was to bring on new board members, and I said, who could be better than Gloria Brown? So I had the pleasure of suggesting that Gloria be invited to join the board, and she said that she would, and I can't think of anyone who would have done a better job. So thank you, Gloria, for all the service that you have rendered to Habilitative Systems Inc, to NAPJ Chicago and on the local level, and to Chicago in general. In fact, Mayor Rahm Emanuel should have been here tonight to honor you along with us. Thank you. Have a good time.
Okay, thank you all so much. All right, Len, thank you all. And I think we're ready for the video.
The Beatles. 1964, the Beatles arrive in the United States. The Vietnam War is raging. And Gloria Brown is hired at WGN.
I thought, what a strange place this is.
Gloria had degrees in both music and business, yet she was hired on faith.
He looked at my application and says, "You're Baptist. By God, we need another one here."
The personnel director may not have realized he'd hired WGN's first black professional employee, but others did.
I don't think they've ever seen black people up close, and people would come and stand and look into the window, and I would get up and say, "You can come in, we don't bite."
Gloria was born in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and moved to Chicago's South Side in the 50s. She graduated from DuSable High School and lost her father a week later. She married Joe Brown, had a daughter Janine, and is now a grandmother.
Hi, Lancy.
See that smile? It's her secret weapon.
That's how she disarms people, by charm. And no one does it better than Gloria Brown.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
She's an equal opportunity butt kicker.
Take the time President Clinton's chief of staff promised Gloria an exclusive interview, then tried to back out.
I don't care what he has to do. My name is Gloria Brown. I'm from Chicago, and I want this interview.
Or the day at City Hall, Mayor Daley caught Gloria imitating him.
I got up there behind the podium and I started to mock Mayor Daley, you know, when he's upset, and I'm throwing my hands around, and he comes in and he catches me. And he goes, "So, this is what you do."
I said, "Gloria, get back to WGN real fast, please."
But to truly appreciate Gloria Brown is to work with her every day.
The moment Gloria arrives, that's when the party starts.
After 40 years in this business, or in this building, she always has a smile. Be careful, you know, when she's in a bad mood, run for your life.
You want to show me how to do the salsa?
She with them give me some tomatoes, some onions.
Was a newsroom secretary 40 years ago and worked her way up not just to business manager, but award-winning producer. And did I tell you, she's crazy.
I really love my job. I really do. I quit.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Congratulations. And though she's never expressed an interest in any other career, Mayor Daley thinks he may have found a successor in Gloria Brown.
You know how to get those things done. She's on the South Side.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Habilitative Systems Inc. 2015 Freeing the Human Spirit Award is presented to none other than Miss Gloria Brown. Let's give it up for Gloria. The award reads, Habilitative Systems Inc. presents its 2015 Freeing the Human Spirit Award to Ms. Gloria Brown, WGN TV Executive Producer and Business Manager. For over 48 years of superior journalistic and community service, and over 20 years of exemplary board membership, your HSI family salutes you and your magnificent legacy. Mr. Melvin L. Brooks, Chair, Board of Directors, Cynthia Washington, Chair of the Fundraising Committee, Donald J. Duke, President and CEO, presented this 3rd day of August 2015.
Wow.
Glow. Yeah. Ready to glow. Yeah.
You know I don't like to be put on the spot, speaking in front of people. I just talk about them behind the back. No, I want to thank the board for giving me this award. I was very surprised. Donald told me and asked me if I would accept, and I go, why? Why am I getting this? He goes, well, you know why. For over 20 years, for over 20 years, I've worked really hard, he said. So, I accept. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Donald. Thank you, all the board members, Ken, everybody, for voting for me. And I promise to leave you alone from now on. Thank you, WGN, for supporting me. Thank you, my friends from NABJ, for supporting me. Thank you, Lynn Norman, my dear friend, for convincing me to join this organization, which they always do wonderful work. And I've never seen anybody like Donald. He preaches, he has sermons, he works all night, and he drives to Springfield with whatever time he has left to beg for money. So I'm asking all of you, if you have any extra money, please donate it to HSI. Because we got people like Karen and all of these nice people who are still working and not getting paid. So Jim, our Jim over there, can you lend us some money? Or can any of you help us? We'll accept all donations. Thank you again for this generous award. And thank you, Micah, for being here for me. And my daughter and my husband, Joe and Janine. And the news director, Jennifer. Thank you all. All right? Bye-bye.
And let's give it up for Ms. Gloria Brown. I love you, Gloria. Thank you. Let me also acknowledge, I see that our former state senator came in the room, Ms. Annazette Collins. Annazette, please wave your hand. Thank you so much. Annazette is serving as one of our advocates in Springfield right now, trying to make petitions on our behalf, and we truly appreciate that. And there was someone else that I saw come in. But again, we just want to thank everyone. Oh, yes, Ms. Joyce Wade, our VP of Finance, Ms. Joyce Wade. All right, and her assistant VP, Sharon Butler is here. And these ladies work so very hard. The new mantra for our finance department is that, because we've had so many successful audits over the last 2 years plus, that we never really have a problem managing money. We just need more money to manage. And let's give it up once again for our MC tonight, Ms. Michael Matera. She's doing a fabulous job. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Donald. Gloria Brown, and I'm not going to say too much because I'll start crying, but the video you saw a little while ago was from a few years ago when she won a Silver Circle Award, which is one of the highest honors we can win here in the city of Chicago as a journalist. She's an award-winning journalist, you've heard that. She was also the business manager, but Gloria Brown was so much more to us at WGN than her title. Especially when you walked in that door, especially as a black person, Gloria was there for you. She got you through a lot of jams. She told you like it was, and she took care of you. And she is still taking care of each and every one of us. not just at WGN, but every station in the city of Chicago. Everyone knows Gloria Brown. And when she left that day, when she retired, it was one of the saddest days for so many of us. When you left WGN. But we still keep in touch. We still see each other. We hang out at NABJ every year. And I know everyone still keeps in touch with Gloria Brown, especially the young ones who are coming in. I've been there 18 years now at WGN. I know, exactly, wow. But I remember coming in as a wide-eyed person, not knowing anything about GN, and sitting in Gloria's office. She helped my husband who works there. She helps every single person at that station and is still doing so. And Jennifer Lyons can attest, she's helped us on a lot of jams at the station as well. And we miss you dearly. It is not the same without you. So this is a very well-deserved award. You deserve so much more, but we're so happy that HSI recognizes your wonderful ment, I just made that up, and as much as we do. So congratulations once again, Gloria. Now, moving on, we're going to have Gloria and Nancy, a well-deserved winner tonight as well, award winner tonight as well, select our 3 raffle winners. As they select, I want to review the 3 prizes that you guys have bought tickets for. Remember, we have the Clarence USA Beauty Basket, $350 value. The one-night stay in a deluxe Lakeview room at the Drake Hotel, $400 value. And a Live to Win 45-minute lifestyle makeover consultation and a 2-month membership to our favorite gym, Fitness Formula Club, FFC South Loop, a $600 value. So, drum roll, please. Well, this first prize is for the Clarence Beauty. Okay, what have you got, Nancy?
Michael Hurd.
Congratulations, Michael. I'm sure there's a wonderful woman in your life you'd like to give this beauty basket to. If not, I am willing to take it off your hands. Okay. Our next one, a one-night stay in a deluxe Lakeview room at the Drake Hotel.
Just me.
Evelyn, 815 phone number, no last name.
This is for the one-night stay at the Drake Hotel, Evelyn. Excellent. And now for the consultation, a Live to Win 45-minute lifestyle makeover consultation and a 2-month membership to the Fitness Formula Club. All right, the winner is Cynthia. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to do it again. Okay, we're going to read the number because no one put their name on it. Okay, I can't see it either. Seriously?
435, you remind. 435-2646. Number 435-2646.
Check your tickets. Do we have a winner over here? Yay! That's fabulous. Thank you to all the winners. Okay, is everybody ready to party? Yeah. All right, it has been my sincere pleasure to be your mistress of ceremonies this evening. I thank my news director and my general manager for allowing me to be here tonight because this was a labor of love, definitely. So, we're going to bring back up the new Black Renaissance Band for the music. I'm Micah Matera. Watch WGN, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.